Hi, and welcome to another Apostolic Bible Quizzing tutorial on how to answer questions. Today, the scenario that we're going to be working in is you've already interrupted the question, finished the question, and now you're ready to start answering. Now, there's a few things that you need to keep in mind, just some ideas and some ways and tips on how to answer the question. And today, we're really going to be going over tips on answering the question. All right, tip number one, you have to think critically. You must answer the question and think about it in the context of not only the verse, but the question. In Bible quizzing and answering the question, you must rightly divide the word. You have to know what the verse is talking about. If Israel is brought up, you have to know if that specific verse is talking about the nation or the person. Also, you need to know about the phrase for quizzing purposes. Now, what this does is a lot of people think that you might be splitting hairs, you might be being a stickler on the information, but really the grammar and punctuation means a lot, and for quizzing purposes, it can get you counted wrong or right. And you have to think about the context of maybe the preceding verses or the following verses that identifies pronouns, people, places, and gives context. You must think critically about your answer. All right, tip number two. Arrange your answer in the order that it was asked. If they ask on a three-part cross-reference question, which verse A talks about this, which verse B talks about this, and which verse C talks about such and such, whatever it may be. If you answer them out of order, like if you answer them C, B, A, or something like that, you're going to get it wrong because that's not the order that they asked. So you must put it in the order that they asked. And it gets confusing because they'll ask a question out of the beginning of this verse over here and then the end of this verse over here. You want to give them in the order that they asked and no extra information that could count you wrong. And if you are feeling ambitious and you want to answer them out of order, you have to specify that you are answering them out of order. You can't just randomly start answering. You have to say, my answer for number 2 is such and such. My answer for number 3 is such and such. My answer for number 1 is such and such. It has to be in order that they asked, and if not, you have to clarify which question you are answering. All right, tip number 3, condense your answer as much as possible. You are on a race against time to answer the question within 30 seconds, so you want to use as few words as possible while still getting your answer counted correctly. In essence, this just means do not say things that do not pertain to your answer. When you have said everything pertaining to your answer in the quickest amount of time, just put the microphone down and be done. All right, tip number 4, use the verbiage of the verse. This is a personal pet peeve of mine because you see it often. Quizzers open themselves up to contest from the other team and the possibility of getting the question wrong. For instance, if they ask a question out of Romans chapter 3, verse 22, you must, under all circumstances, give them Romans chapter 3, verse 22. It says that the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ, is unto all and upon all them that believe. Do not say, under any circumstances, that the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ, is to all or on all. It is not. The verse specifies that it is unto all and upon all. Now, these are seemingly insignificant words, but it opens yourself up to contests. You want to be as seamless as possible. You want to answer your question correctly every time. So, use the verbiage of the verse. It's really simple. Tip number 5, you have to specify pronouns in your answer. Now, what is a pronoun? Well, a pronoun is just a functioning word that refers to a person or thing or group of people earlier in the discourse. So, Galatians chapter 2, Paul said, I went up by revelation and communicated unto them the gospel which I preach among the Gentiles. Now, nowhere in Galatians chapter 2, verse 1 does I specify Paul. But earlier verses say that it was talking about Paul. So, if they ask who in Galatians chapter 2, verse 1 went up by revelation, it would be Paul. You are going to specify the pronoun. It would be incorrect if you said, I went up by revelation, because that's not a person, and you actually didn't go up by revelation to Jerusalem to communicate the gospel which you preach among the Gentiles. You didn't actually do that. It was Paul that did that. So you want to specify that it was Paul. All right, and the last thing that we have for you is to watch the Quizmaster. Don't stare off into blank space, but always be concentrated on the Quizmaster throughout all of your answer. Now, if you think that you completed your answer and the Quizmaster looks up at you, this is the international sign that he wants more from you. It means that you're correct so far, but maybe he wants a little bit more clarification on a few things. So you want to think about, did I leave anything out? Do I need to specify a pronoun? And did I give the reference of the verse? So if you left anything out and you think it pertains to it, say it. And don't sit there and wait and stare at him. Just say everything. Say all your extra information, give him the verse reference again, specify the pronoun, say he referring to Paul, and then if maybe it was a 3-part question, say, my answer for number 1 is this, my answer for number 2 is this, my answer for number 3 is this. Clarify what you meant. What he wants is just extra information to help you get your question right. So you always want to watch the Quizmaster and respond to what he does. Alright, here's a bonus tip. If you're kind of at a loss for where to go with your answer, you can just quote the verse as long as it meets a specific set of qualifications. If it's out of one verse or consecutive verses, if the material is in order of the question that's asked, and that the verse clearly specifies and answers all parts of the question. For example, a 2-part question out of Psalms chapter 37, verse 4, do what and what shall happen? The verse very clearly answers all parts of the question. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Alright, so there you have it. There's a lot to learn about answering questions, but hopefully we helped you get started answering questions correctly. Now, please don't forget to check out our YouTube channel because we got a lot more awesome content for coaches and quizzers coming out. Stay up on that, and don't forget to check out our website for more awesome stuff. And our website, what's our website, you ask? It's right there. Really, people, you're making me look bad. Right there. There it is. So, check it out. And stay up on our YouTube channel and quiz. You want to condense it as easily and as logically and rationally and soundly and just shut up, basically. You have to finish the question and as quickly as you can, in the shortest amount of time that you can, as swiftly as you can, really fast is what I'm saying. If the verse says they went up into Jerusalem, don't say under any circumstances that they went up to Jerusalem. That's not correct. That's not the right verse. Use the verbage of the verse. If the verse says they went up into Jerusalem, do not, under any circumstances, say they went up to Jerusalem, because the verse does not say that. Okay? You must use the verbage of the verse!
Not again.
Okay, tip number 4. Use the verbage of the verse. This is a personal pet peeve of mine because you get quizzers that do this all the time and they open themselves up to contests from the other team. If the question asks about Romans chapter 3 verse 22, you must, under all circumstances, give them Romans chapter 3 verse 22. It's actually really simple. The verse says that the righteousness of God without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. That's verse 21, and I did not quote verse 22.